Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on, YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. This is pretty exciting. We actually have a production Dalibor Bergam knife to open up today, and if you are not familiar with Dalibor Bergam, he makes absolutely incredible custom knives out of Croatia. He even makes a lot of his own materials, a lot of sole authorship stuff. I own a full custom Dalibor. It's definitely one of the most beautiful knives in my collection. Honestly, one of the most beautiful knives I've ever seen. But you know, with a lot of this stuff, it's very, very expensive. You have to wait a long time if you manage to get on his books, right? And in a lot of ways, it's really just kind of unobtainable for the average person. So the fact that we have another, because he did the tour with the fact that we have another Dalibor Bergam collaboration is really cool. This is either available now or it's going to be available very, very soon. Regardless, I'm going to have the appropriate links down in the description so that you guys can check it out for yourself. Thanks so much to, actually Dalibor made sure that this got to me, so thank you very much. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. Make sure your notifications are turned on for my YouTube channel. It's my understanding that this is manufactured by Riat, which is really cool. This is an Asgard. I actually reviewed a custom Asgard on this channel years ago, so it'll be really cool. Look at that. We've got a whole bunch of additional hardware there. Very cool. Always awesome to see. Extra lock bar insert too. But yeah, I reviewed, please pardon my yellow shirt today. It's obviously reflecting back on the table there. But yeah, it was really cool to check out the custom, but now to be able to check out the production version. Oh boy, look. Oh, it's an integral. Oh, that's so cool. Yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay. How cool. I think a lot of people who watch this channel all the time will be quick to point out that I seem to almost randomly like and dislike very simplistic aesthetics. Now, this obviously comes down to individual tastes, right? I think that there is a lazy way to do simple and minimalist. I don't love that word, but I think there's a lazy way to do it, and then there's a stylish way to do it, right? This can be very subjective, and like I said, comes down to personal taste. But all I know is I like the ones I like, and I don't like the ones that I don't. But I love this so far. This profile here is so beautiful. Just the pivot, and then nothing else because it's an integral. We don't have any additional parts there. Dalibor's signature enormous pocket clip. I prefer shorter clips. I do. They look good with his knives, but I personally prefer shorter clips. But in any case, we have Magna Cut, and then we have the Bergam logo there. We have the steel lock bar insert, and then thumb studs. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. Yeah, I instantly love this. I remember seeing the pictures here, I'm sorry, the pictures that he sent me on Instagram of that Tanto blade. So we have full titanium construction, and then a hand rub satin finish Tanto Magna Cut blade. Beautiful action. This is about as Riat as it, like sometimes Riat makes things and manufactures things that I'm like, this could have been manufactured by a bunch of, and then other times there are knives that just feel distinctly Riat. And I think a lot of people back from like the days of the Horizon probably know exactly what I'm talking about, that specific feel of Riat, and that's exactly what this is. It is, as far as I can remember, the exact same profile as the Asgard that I handled. I would venture to guess that this is an 8-inch knife. We're going to go ahead and measure it here real quick. Overall length, actually, no, it's not. It's only like 7 3/4 inches. It just has that full-size knife look. But plenty of access to the lock bar, extremely smooth, really nice detent, very easy to engage with those thumb studs, both in terms of, you know, your forward thumb flick and your reverse flick. There's a lot of clicks and clacks, very audible detent in the closed position, and a very audible thwack into the open position. There's a lot of like good sounds with this knife. I would guess that there'll be maybe a couple different variations. I could be wrong. It could just be this version. I don't know what this is going to cost. It is an integral, and as we've seen from, like Spyderco and Lion Steel. The combination there that they made with the, I think that was the Slim, that integral came out to be like $280. I think perhaps on that knife, maybe there's some other elements making it less expensive. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't necessarily have like this locked down bar as in terms of pricing when it comes to what integral should cost. I think it really depends on exactly how much effort goes into it and how much that effort costs based on obviously geography, things like that. This is a Riat made knife, so it's going to be super, super high quality. Riat does not cut corners, and neither does Dalibor Bergam. I think he chose definitely the right OEM for this one. We saw his Ator come in with at like $380. This is contoured titanium. There's not really a lot going on here. I imagine that's, of course, on purpose. And then we have a hand-rubbed satin finish MagnaCut blade. MagnaCut's not cheap, but there's nothing here to indicate that this, would have been more expensive than what we typically see from Riat. I'm guessing that this is going to be somewhere around $425, $450, something like that. Maybe it'll be a little less, hopefully not a little more. But that's just my guess. Obviously, by the time you guys are watching this, you'll be able to just go to the link in the description there and check it out. I am really impressed that we get the extra hardware. I think that's really cool. The other thing that I think is cool is that this knife is absolutely set up as something that you can use. It'd be an expensive user, but absolutely one that you can carry and use. There's nothing here that's like, more flash than utility. A couple of little things, right? You obviously don't need an integral frame, but an integral frame is really cool. If you're like me, I love integral frames. I'm huge into that. It doesn't necessarily offer any major advantages in the realm of like durability, which is, I think, some people assume that that's the suggestion, right? Is that it's more durable. I like it because there's not a bunch of additional handle hardware. It's really just the pivot and then the screw for the pocket clip, and that's it. I mean, there's a screw for a lock bar insert, but so some people are going to like this. I have a feeling a lot of people are going to comment on the Tanto blade. I don't know if he's offering this as Tanto and like another blade shape like drop point. I'm not sure. I think some people are going to say, oh, if it was a different blade shape, I might pick it up. That's going to come down to preference as well, which is perfectly fine. Everybody has their reasoning there. I think it looks really good. I can't remember if the Asgard that I reviewed was a Tanto or if it was a drop point. That one had, that was made out of like Daltanium and Damacor, right? So it was a hyper exotic, it was a handmade custom. So this is not going to be anywhere near that, but it does feel really, really good. And like I said at the beginning of the video, it allows people to get their hands on Dalibor's work, that authentic, authorized Dalibor Bergam production knife without having to wait months or years to get on his books and without having to pay thousands of dollars for one of his knives. So this is cool, and it makes it a lot more accessible for a lot more people. I like it a lot. I'm going to go ahead and weigh it here real quick so you guys know what we're looking at for weight. Pretty solid titanium frame. I'm going to say maybe high fours, low fives. Yeah, 4.8 ounces. Not bad for a titanium integral. Very, very good looking knife. Very Dalibor Bergam knife. I like it a lot. Of course, if you look at Dalibor's work, like on his Instagram page, for example, this is very, very, very toned down from a lot of the things that he does. He has designs that are, very straight and sort of traditional profile. And then he's got, knives like the Unnamed, like the one that I have, where it's anything but classic or traditional. It's very exotic, very aggressive, lots of curvatures, things like that. So a wide variety of different things that Mr. Bergam does with his designs. This is really cool. I will have the appropriate links in the description. Today's video is of course, just an unboxing and first impressions, not a full review. That'll come down the road. But yeah, I'll have the links down there. You guys can check it out if you want. Thanks again to Dalibor. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.